Property Tribes is delighted to be back on location at the Landlord Investment Show at their new home at Old Billingsgate in London, and I'm joined by show co-founder Tracey. And Tracey, amazing venue, but first of all, this must be a very emotional day for you to be back with physical shows, because obviously when COVID hit, your business model was decimated, I think is fair to say. Hanbury's pivoted, as you always do, and you came up with these amazing online super shows which set a new standard, in my opinion, and congratulations for that. But to be back in person, it must be very special for you and Steve.
Oh, it is exactly that. It was emotional this morning, and being back in London and everything that everyone's gone through, and obviously our industry and everything that everyone went through, and it's just to be back and see everybody that we love and do what we love, and just the work that goes into it. And you think, still a bit unsure, are the people going to come out? But they certainly have. And they've been all day, it's been just buzzing. We've had queues out the door from 9:30 this morning, and I did a welcome speech back with Andrew Neil panel and just said thank you to everyone. And I actually got off the stage and I thought I was going to burst into tears, and I thought, oh, and it was a moment. So yeah, it's really special for us all to be back. It really is.
Well, it's wonderful to see how many people are here today. We've come into the LIS hub, which is a little quiet area to get away from the madding crowds, but out there there's this tremendous energy. It's very, very busy. Everybody's interested in everything, and I think, again, you've pulled a rabbit out of the hat with this venue, Tracey. Old Billingsgate Conference Centre, amazing venue, and it really suits your needs, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a fantastic venue. I mean, I think for us, obviously, we should have had 3 shows here last year. A very, very big undertake, in terms of the shell scheme, the ordering in of everything that you possibly need to put a show like this together, but the building is stunning, and I mean, right on the River Thames, and kind of walk out there and pinch myself, because you're looking at the Shard, the Gherkin, Tower Bridge, and it's a perfect place, and it's so easy to get to. You really can get to it from anywhere, which is what we were looking for. Olympia was very, very good to us, and of course they've demolished where our home was because they're developing that, which is fine. But I think this was absolutely the perfect choice, for us, certainly. So, and everyone's loved it today.
I just think it adds another dimension to have such a beautiful venue as this, and have everything. There's cafes, there's seminar rooms, and nice open spaces, seating areas. I just think it adds to the day out, really. And landlords are here, and one of the things I think that is so good about the show is the exhibitors here, the seminars, the education. It's all providing solutions for landlords, isn't it? And let's face it, landlords have had a very tough time lately.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think one of the points this morning in the big debate that Paul Champolina made was that landlords have actually done really kind, really good things throughout COVID, and worked with their tenants, worked through solutions, and I think absolutely people have just been itching to get back out. And everyone that I've spoken to here today, visitors, they've all said, oh, we just couldn't wait to get back out, to get back to the shows, because it's a landlord solution, this problem. Whatever problems that you're facing, there's companies here that will help you get through that. And I think, being in the sort of central London area, people have just hung around all day today because it's lovely, and the breakout areas and all those little elements, as you say. I think Loft, who's our furniture partner, have done an amazing job of all of their arrangements. But yeah, it's somewhere that I'd quite like to hang out for the day quite easily.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think also the other thing is that, I'm sure you'll agree, being a landlord yourself, that COVID has amplified risks for landlords. And I think landlords can't just kind of rest on their laurels and carry on as they have been doing. We know that COVID exposed weak business models. Some landlords came unstuck. But going forwards, coming to a show like this, you can be exposed to things that you perhaps didn't even realise were out there that could actually help you. And I think it's very important to come along with an open mind, engage with all the exhibitors and see what they've got to offer, because there are really good products and services out there, particularly on the digital side of things, I think that are really going to help landlords stay risk mitigate safe going forwards?
Yeah, absolutely. There's, like in any business in life, or anything you go into, you've always got to be constantly learning, because things adjust all the time in every aspect. And especially when you're housing people, and they're in your property, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're doing everything absolutely right. And there are things that people just wouldn't understand that they possibly would be doing wrong. So this is the perfect solution for them to come and make sure that they're abiding by and being the best landlord, and running the best business that they can.
No, I totally agree. It's so lovely to hear this landlord buzz, because we haven't heard it for 2 years now, and to see landlords out in force is great for our industry, great for the show, of course, but also I think landlords, they know there's challenges, but they still feel optimistic, and they still want to survive and thrive, and that there are tools out there like this show to help them do that.
Yeah, this is what this is all about, is coming here to get as much education that you possibly can, surround yourself with like-minded people, grow your networking, grow your community, and actually feel like you have got a network, because there is a very strong one here. Huge, massive following that we have, the people that do follow us, because of all of those reasons. There's trusted people here that are here to help them. So I think, yeah, 100%, but it's all about just that education side. You can just never stop learning.
You mentioned the network, which I think is very, very important. You've got a network of trusted suppliers of products and services. You've got the different LIS brands. You've got Property Notify. You've got your YouTube channel. You've got lots of educational resources. And I think it's so great and important to highlight that this is all free access. We know there's a lot of products out there where you have to spend large sums of money to so-called network with like-minded people, but they're all here. So landlords must take advantage of these free resources, particularly if they are thinking of spending large sums of money. I think they can come here, meet people, meet suppliers, do their due diligence and so on, and that's another advantage to the show, isn't it?
Yeah, and importantly, actually meet with other landlords. Like the amount of conversations that I've seen today with people sitting in the lounge areas and networking, because what one person might have an opinion of something, the other person might have a different opinion, and or they might be able to advise each other on what's worked for each other with different things. So 100%, community and network, and they can come here. Everything is free here. It's absolutely free. We're even setting the bar up now for a free glass of wine for everybody and some canapes. So it's a day out, and the day is to benefit landlords and to be the best landlord that you possibly can. Because a good landlord means that you're going to retain a good tenant. You should be investing in good properties and running a great business. You're providing a service. So from everything here today, from tax issues to landlord furniture to insurance, to full due diligence, legal, evictions, everything, health and safety, it is here under this roof. So you come here, it doesn't cost you a penny, it's a great day out, you meet lots of lovely people, and you go away with a tool book, which is your guide, and a hell of a lot of contacts that can help you to succeed, really.
Absolutely. And I think landlords, they do tend to work in isolation to some extent. Some landlords do feel quite lonely in what they do. Some landlords perhaps have partners that don't really understand what they do or particularly supportive of what they do. And I think, as you said, it's so lovely to come out and meet like-minded people. I mean, you and I, we can talk about property all day, can't we? You and Steve being landlords yourself. And I think the fact that you are landlords yourself, I think that has been a key thing in you creating this incredible resource for landlords.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was created for, because when we started out, we did our first HMO going back, I think it's 19 years, maybe 20 years ago. We didn't have a clue. We loved the sound of it and it sounded amazing, but you know, we made mistakes along the way and we had to learn. And it was, you know, it's like, this is actually a serious business that you're getting involved with. And it was like, well, where do we go? Who do we speak to? You know, who can help us? Who's the good people to speak to? Who's the ones to avoid? So that's exactly why this was born. It's exactly that reason, because we're passionate about what we do, and we love surrounding ourselves with people that are passionate about what they do as well.
No, I totally get that. Well, it's so lovely to have you back, Tracey, to have the show back on the scene. We have missed you. I do want to say, though, that you did an extremely good job with the online super shows. Again, I think you bring a unique angle to things, like you did with the awards. The Hanburys always seem to just have this nice little twist that just makes it a little bit more exciting and interesting. But what's the future for the show? Are you back with a vengeance?
Yeah, we are back. As long as we can be back, we're here. And I think, you know, coming back, we wanted to be back bigger and better and offer more than what we ever could to people, because people have been very loyal to us. And I have to thank people like yourself, all of our clients, our exhibitors, our sponsors. People were very, very supported in quite a tough time, and they understood that it was a very difficult period. So we wanted to make sure when we were coming back, it was going to be with a bang. The online side of things, we're still going to keep that as an element, because it definitely provided a great service. And actually, you know, we always engage with everyone that we're connected with, and I think this is why this has been really successful today. We didn't just go away, we kept just trying to keep going, and, you know, offering free things like the Landlord Survival Guide, putting on the online shows, because there was so much advice needed. There was no point going away. It was needed more than ever. The awards we can't do this year, which is a shame, but next year, November, we'll be back at the Grosvenor, which I can't wait. But yeah, no, we're so delighted, and, you know, we want to thank everybody that's just stood by us, and yeah, we can't thank everybody enough. So thank you very much to everyone that has supported us, and it's been greatly appreciated.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, as I say, it's so lovely to have you back. We've missed you on a personal level as well. And congratulations for this wonderful event at the Billingsgate Old Fish Market. And we'll see you next year with bells on.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it'll be the summer for the next one. So it's spring, and then we'll be doing river cruises on the Thames. So we'll be all good. Yeah, there's plans for that. I'll talk to you about that later.
Well, we've got a bit of a preview there, a secret preview. That's wonderful. I like the sound of that.
Exciting. But yeah, thank you as always, Property Tribes as well. Delighted to have you guys back where you belong, on the floor, in amongst landlords, giving them all the right advice. So thank you very much. All right.